Hello there, welcome back to Simon's Shed. It's time for another layout update on the Severn Valley Railway, number 15 I think. Thanks for all the kind messages about the 5,000 subscribers. That's really appreciated, and I'm dead chuffed with that. I've even had a message from a little present from Backman, which to celebrate that fact, I'll show you that in a later part of the video. But thanks very much for subscribing, and please do so if you haven't done so already, and click the like button and so on and so forth. But yes, for now I think we should get on with the update. Quite a few disparate sort of bits to pull together just to get you up to date with what's going on in the shed. So coming up, big field, shed improvements, and point motor speed fitting challenge. So, in terms of the scenery then, thanks for all the suggestions after the last update when I was trying to figure out how to get on with creating the scenery. You've given me loads of ideas to try out. I wouldn't have known about the sort of weaving the cardboard method to weave the cardboard together and then place plaster cloth over it, or I didn't know about sort of mixing together PVA and paint to sort of give a nice base coat that's actually got a colour built into it. So and loads of other ideas like that as well. So initially I am, as you will have seen if you watched my last video about shaper sheet, I'm going to try that first, but I will try the other ideas as well as we go along, because I've got quite a bit of scenery to do. But for now, this is allowing me to create a section of scenery that I can at least temporarily sort of carry about, and I'm not stuck in the shed working on it, so I can take it back to the house, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So, one of the advantages of doing the scenery this way is I've taken this chunk of base scenery, the plaster cloth and the shaper sheet out, and brought it back to the house. And I'm just putting down, using up some old acrylic paints that have been sitting around for a while, and we're just getting a base colour down ready for underneath the static grass. And I've got a couple of little helpers helping me. Say hello.
Hello.
Okay, kids have gone to bed, so I can get on with a bit more now without my helpers. So we've just put this base colour down, as I said, and it doesn't look very realistic, but the next stage is I've dug out the old static grass applicator, and was about to start ordering some static grass and stuff, but I had a look in the shed and I've still got quite a lot left from Bodnam Woods, so I've made a start on that and it's looking pretty good. So this is on Google Maps, and it is the actual field that I'm trying to represent, so just got that in the corner there as a bit of inspiration, and I think it's matching up pretty well so far. So I've installed the piece back in the shed, and that's where I got to. Ran out of static grass, hence the I put some sort of fine turf, Woodland Scenic's fine turf on that bit just for now. Still got a bit of touching up to do, because there's some you can sort of see the lines where the edge of the glue was on some bits, but it's getting there. Just need to get some more static grass, and you can see where the bridge will be there. So that's coming along. Now, continuing the theme of not really being able to be stuck in the shed all the time with a family, and not really wanting to be stuck in the shed all of the time, the next bit of scenery I thought I'd try is the platform at Arley. So in order to be able to do that more flexibly, as you can see, I've just stuck these sheets of paper together and literally just rubbed them over the track. So I've got now a perfect impression of, this is where the bridge will be, of the track at the station. And I can move that around and that will tell me the exact curve I need on the platform, and just marked out where the platform actually should end. So I can now use that as a template to start thinking about the platform. And I have been thinking about the platform. Probably been thinking about the platform a bit too much because I'm getting a bit obsessed with it and trying to make it look as much like Arley as I possibly can. I'm thinking of using the Scale Scenes platform kit again because that worked well on Bodnam Woods. But I've been hacking things about again on the computer. So first thing to probably mention is, and thanks if you were the one who mentioned this in the comments, paperbrick.co.uk lets you sort of generate brick sheets, and you can choose from loads of different sort of styles and brick bonds. That's the word I'm looking for, like English bond and Flemish bond, the way the bricks are sort of patterned basically when they're laid, and different sizes and obviously different scales and so on, and you can generate a PDF of the bricks that you've chosen. So what I've got is the Scale Scenes. This is the top of the platform for the edge, and it had slabs. Now if you look at Arley, it's got blue bricks, so all I've done is on the computer pasted in a row of blue bricks before the white line, which is what it's like, and I'll probably cover up or chop off the rest of the slabs, because I think the rest of the floor at Arley is more like, well, this is as close as I can get. This is actually the same brick paper. This printed on my inkjet printer, this printed at work on the laser printer. Now, there are advantages and disadvantages to this. The inkjet looks nice and matte. The colour doesn't sort of, is not as accurate and as bright, but the laser one's too shiny, but I think we may be able to rectify that. Let me just get in some decent light. We may be able to rectify that with just some matte spray, Artist's matte varnish spray, to bring that down. So I think I'll probably go with the laser printer version, because the big advantage of that is I've dropped water on here just to test it, and it has no effect on the ink, whereas inkjet ink is very susceptible to water damage, so you have to sort of plaster it in varnish to make sure it's protected, but even then you can get problems. So yeah, I think the laser printer might be the way to go for the platform edge. Again, colour looks a bit more accurate, and yeah, it doesn't look too bad at all. So yeah, the bricks are sort of blue, sort of blue engineering bricks, it looks like to me, and I've even got the bond right, and as I say, the blue edging for the platform edge where it meets the white line right at the edge. So yeah, I think I need to actually say that's enough, that's accurate enough. Stop thinking about it and actually get on and using my template, start building it. Another thing I'm doing while I'm doing this scenery at the Arley end of the line is coming back to my point motors, which I've still only got, well, I've now got 3 installed, because there's only 2 over this side, one just after the bridge, or just before the bridge if you're coming from Kidderminster. So that's now in there, if you can see, there we go, that's now installed under there, nice and simple to install. And working well. And the only other point on this side, this whole sort of side of the layout, is obviously the other end of Arley to join it back up at the other end of the station. This one I did my classic thing of forgetting to drill the hole, so I've been sort of sticking the ruler under there to protect it and drilling upwards and carving bits out with a craft knife and stuff. I managed to break it this end, so I had to start again and drill the hole on this side, but fortunately, second time lucky, and that is now ready to accept the point motor. I really should get some more of these point motors installed, so just for a bit of fun, I'm introducing the Cobalt Digital IP International Speed Fitting Challenge 2016 or something. So yeah, the rules are nothing connected to the Cobalt Digital, but you can prepare the wiring, and it's how quickly you can wire it up and fit it and secure it in place and have it fully working. So hopefully this will spur me on to finish the rest of the box that I've got, and obviously then buy the other 12 that I need for various points over here. So let's see how we go. That was 9 minutes 50 seconds. And we have one working point. Although I may have to disqualify myself because I didn't do this bit. Just let me check. I've got 2 of these, and this is the battered old one that I use for jobs like this. Don't use your brand new track cutters on that, because it will ruin them. There we go. So looks like under 10 minutes is a good time, so in theory I've now done 4, so that's another 8, another 80 minutes, another hour and 20 minutes, and I should have them all done. We shall see. But at least now there's nothing stopping me from putting the rest of the scenery in there. As you can see, I've moved the big board from here temporarily. That's one of the advantages of not gluing everything down yet. I'm not going to glue everything down until I'm sure everything's ready to go. Now then, after spending so long sort of racing along with the track laying and then wanting to get onto the scenery as soon as I could, which I've now started, I've sort of been racing on to the next task, and I think it's time to sort of go back and take stock. So if we go right back to the start, the initial thing really I did for this layout was the insulation, which is working really well. However, it's not the prettiest thing in the world, which doesn't really matter, but I've got some stuff, one of which is this that Backman sent me through, which is really cool, so thanks for that, which I quite like to stick up on the wall, and I'll get some other posters and stuff as well. Nice little open and close sign and things like that. I'll get some more stuff like that to put up on the walls, but I could do something to sort of a bit more solid to stick them onto, really. So and I'd quite like to tidy that up a bit. So I think I'm going to get some boards. I mean, some of it's already boarded, but some nicer looking boards just to make the video backdrop a bit prettier and to allow me to hang some stuff up. And I'll try and find some way of covering this up a bit. I have already started the improvements, in as much as I've added these battens just because some of the insulation panels are starting to move a bit. So it's not pretty, but it's holding up. Just using up some old scraps of skirting board and so on. So everything's stopped moving now, but I'd like to cover that up. Don't really want to spend hours cutting boards out around all these rafters. Feel free if you've got any ideas to suggest anything, but what I was thinking was, well, one thought was I can cut out a lot of work by placing something up here, so on top of these bits, but then I've got to redo all the lighting, because that would obviously, it's gone flippy, that would obviously cover up the light. So I don't really want to spend even more time rewiring and sorting out lighting. So the only other thought I had was some kind of big sheet or dust sheet or something, and literally just pin it up there, and that would be nice and light and reflective, a nice white sheet or something to reflect the light down onto the layout. So that would be just for the roof bit, and then some kind of boards along the back, because what I don't want to do is be crawling around on top of delicate scenery to have to do that, so I kind of need to do it before I do much more of the scenery. So I'll have a think about that, but yeah, any suggestions, let me know. But I think I might try the sheet idea for the roof, and some kind of cheap, nice looking boards. It doesn't have to be thick, just for the wall, just so I can get a drawing pin or something in, because this stuff doesn't tend to hold nails very well. Although it does keep it nice and cool when it's hot, and nice and warm when it's cold.
Thanks for watching. So please subscribe and like. See you later. See you later.